afternoon, my fellow South Africans. Been watching the news and a little bit of citizen concern this morning. Thought you was uh, interviewing that guy there from McDonald's or whatever it was, McCrappers or whatever you call that stuff. Well, I call it McCrappers. I think the food is disgusting. Anyway, this kid is talking about short-term and medium-term employment contracts. Those things are very important. You have to have, it's the way most people work. You get a contract. You get given a short-term contract, reason being they want to see if you're capable of really being able to do your job. Sometimes that contract doesn't get renewed, and sometimes it does. Sometimes you're lucky enough it might become permanent employment. But you have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself. Not by just being there. That's if you can come to work on time. As we know, that most South Africans have got a problem with that. The timekeeping is atrocious in this country. Never anywhere else that I've ever worked, anywhere outside of South Africa, where I've seen such atrocious timekeeping as what happens in this country. The timekeeping here is terrible, terrible, terrible. Look at our president. He can't even make a meeting with Donald Trump. He was a half an hour late. Everything is late, late, late. When he had to give a speech to the nation, he's always late. See, he can't tell the time. He suffers from tardiness. It's bullshit. It's a common thing in Africa, actually, tardiness. It seems that they don't know anything about time. Only Africa time, as they call it. Anyway, going back to the studies. They're talking about they're getting all these wonderful degrees. Now, I wonder, our members of parliament, I wonder what degrees they got. They also do, what's this thing called? Political science. What the hell is political science? On how to steal? Is it just another way of saying that how it teaches you how to steal money or what? What is political science? I've never heard such crap in all my life. Yet we'll take money and pay for these kids to go and study political science. What the hell is it? Somebody please elaborate and let me know what the hell political science is. I want to know. I've been on this planet for 65, going on 66 years, and I still don't know what the more political science is. I've never heard of any such shit in all my life. Studying political science to become what, a political scientist? What is this crap? What is it? Somebody please tell me what the hell it is. I'd love to know. It's the same. It seems because if our members of parliament are sitting with these certificates that they are now political scientists or whatever they call themselves, and they figured it out. What our problem is in this country? Our problem in this country is employment. At the moment, you've got one job and 1 million people looking for that job. So who's got the upper hand? The people that are in charge of that job. Because you've got 1 million people out there looking for that one job. It's supposed to be the other way around. You should have 1 million jobs in one person. Then you'll see things change. Then you can have your little tantrum and bring your unions and jump up and down and make faces with your backside or whatever it is that you want to do. But for the moment, just shut your bloody trap and government wake up. We need to revisit everything in this country, from BEE to employment equity and all that kind of crap. We need employment in this country, please. And let's stop studying this bullshit at varsity. What the hell, this political science crap? Do something more constructive. Why don't they rather get a certificate in common sense? How about studying common sense?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
a good
that
one.
would be a good thing to study at varsity. Don't you think we should bring that into varsity?
Excellent.
I'm starting to I'm going to have a BA in common sense. Maybe that's what this country needs. Never mind political science. We need common sense, or maybe even better. How about a little bit of economics? Why don't we do economics at school, at varsity? Real economics or global economics, local and global economics. Why aren't they studying that? What is this political science? Somebody please one day explain this to me. Please, I'm begging you. Somebody tell me why this thing seems to be so important that you have to go to varsity to become a political whatever they are called at the end of the day.
I don't even think AI will be able to tell you.
I don't think either. I don't think anything will be able to tell you what how political science is. Only God knows. I've heard of such crap in all my life. when we're facing all our bloody problems we've got in this country, the people are going mad like they are. Yeah. And I want to reiterate, let us rather take political science out of the varsities and put in studying common sense. Number one, common sense. I think we must start training people common sense in this country. I think that'll be a good thing for them to start learning at the end thing. And then global economics and local economics, how the system works. So at least they know they're learning something of that can be a value to the country. Political science, my backside, man. Anyway, you people must have a wonderful evening. Later this evening, when we're just about there now. My wife's busy making me some supper now. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go. I'm nearly time to go back to bed again. Been tired again. But please, people, before you go jump into you go and have your supper, can you please just hit the subscribe button? I'd really appreciate it. This is the only way I can. It's the only way I can go forward in life. Is unfortunately I can't go back to work. It's the only way I can hopefully try and make some form of income is via doing this podcast stuff and airing my things. At least it helps me with my frustration and it's helping me with my recovery from my stroke. It's been a big help to me so far, but I'm still very immobile at the moment. I can't get around. I'm still basically bound to my chair. So please, I'd really appreciate it if you just hit that subscribe button, the like and the share button. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much, you fellow South Africans. Love you all. Have a wonderful late afternoon. Further, and have a wonderful evening this evening. Good night. Good night. Love you all. Bye.
Good night. Good afternoon, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.